Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another full day of eating. So in these videos, I like to share what I eat as a vegan on a plant-based diet to hopefully give you some ideas on different things that you can cook at home yourself. So it's been pretty cold here lately. We actually got a big dumping of snow the other day. So today's meals are all gonna be warming, winter-inspired meals. No smoothies or smoothie bowls here today. We just got back from the gym, so it's time for that post-workout meal. So I'm gonna call this like brunch or lunch. It's definitely not breakfast because it's quite a bit later on in the day, and I did have something before my workout. So I've been having only like 2 big meals a day lately, and I don't know if it's because of like the shorter days or because I'm a little less active or whatever, but it seems to be working out really well. So usually I'll have something small before my workout, then I'll have a big lunch, then a few more snacks, and then I'll make like a big dinner. So today, before my workout, I just had some peanut butter and banana on toast. This is like my favorite thing to have before workouts. I find I digest it really well. I always look forward to it. It tastes good. And you know, if you use good bread, it's obviously quite healthy and gives me good energy. But not always enough energy. I wanted to have a really good workout today, so I did have some coffee as well. And I know I've been like back and forth on the coffee, off the coffee, and I think I figured out what it was. I think I was just making it too strong. Like honestly, we put a spoon beside the coffee grinds now, and I just put like a tablespoon, a little bit less than a tablespoon of the grinds in, and it looks so much less than what I used to put in. I think I must have put in like a quarter of a cup or something before, which is probably why it was not good for my anxiety or my digestion, but here we are now, a few days a week. I seem to do okay on it. So before I get into what I'm making, let's see what Crystal's gonna have. All right, so Crystal's gonna make something first because she usually just has leftovers after a workout and it's like way quicker. Yeah, I usually like to take my time and make like big meals after. So, all right, what are you gonna have, Crystal?
I'm gonna have leftover chili.
Nice.
I made it a couple days ago. I actually made it in the Instant Pot, so it's not like the most photogenic, but I'm gonna eat all of it. So
nice.
That's what I'm gonna have.
Yeah, she hogs the leftovers, so usually I love to cook, she loves leftovers, so it works out pretty well.
But if you're someone that's finding it like hard to eat, like meals that you want to be eating, you know, like higher protein meals, that kind of thing, like leftovers, so good. I mean, some people would probably call this like meal prepping, but
yeah,
I don't really look at it like that.
No.
So that's what I'm gonna have.
Nice.
It's so good cold, but I'm gonna warm it up in the microwave. There you have it. There's my breakfast. So easy. Not fun to watch, but it's so easy.
So for my meal, I think I'm gonna make a couple burritos, and I'm gonna cook them a little bit differently this time. Usually I just like chop everything up and put it into a frying pan, but I'm gonna try and just chop everything up and throw it into the air fryer. So I'll show you what I'm putting in there. So I'll start with chopping some bell pepper, onion, some mushrooms, and I'm actually gonna transfer this to a small bowl because we're gonna have to add some seasoning to all this. I'm also gonna chop up one of these field roast, smoked apple and sage sausages. I've been getting away from mock meats lately, and I've been pretty selective with the ones that I choose to consume. And this one is pretty good in my opinion. It's mostly just seitan, and you can see there's also some dried apples. We've got potato in there. And yeah, the ingredients are pretty good. Not quite as good as Whole Foods, but not bad. And it's gonna be so tasty. And then I'm just gonna add some seasoning to add a bit more flavor to this, but also to add some more nutrition. A lot of people forget that these seasonings and spices are so good for us. Like cumin, for instance, really good for helping with gas and bloating. So I'm putting that in there. Not that I have gas and bloating right now, but I like the flavor. It's always good to know there's some benefits to these. And this is a really good combo of spices, so remember this one. Garlic powder, onion powder, chili spice, and some paprika. So I'm just gonna mix this up and then fire it all into the air fryer and see what happens. All right, so while that's cooking, I'm actually going to have a couple organic mandarin oranges. We just got a new box. I absolutely love these. So easy to peel, so much flavor. So I think I'm gonna eat this and play with Polly for a minute because she's got so much energy right now. She's running around like crazy. It's the serious one. She doesn't like to play too much. Look at her. All right, let's check on the on that food. So that definitely worked out great. Like it kind of dried the stuff out a little bit. You know how, you know, when you saute stuff, it's kind of like more of a wet cooking. So this is a bit more dry, which is going to be perfect for these. And I'm just going to add a little bit of leftover rice. And I kind of forget how I made this rice right now, but I definitely mentioned it in my Instagram stories. So here's how I made it. So in this corner here, I've got some white rice that I cooked with some turmeric, paprika, cumin seeds, and then a tiny bit of this better than bouillon. Some cilantro. And I know I already have onion in here, but green onion just seems to hit a little different. So some green onion, and then obviously some salsa. There's one. So I don't know if this helps anyone roll burritos, but I used to try and roll them like this way, and it was always really hard, right? Because it just doesn't seem to work that way. So put them sideways, and then you want the messy stuff like the sauce at the back so that you're not rolling into the sauce. So you get the sides up like this, fold them over first, fold it over onto itself. You gotta kind of hold everything in, and then you just kind of keep folding the edges in. And then there you go, one nicely rolled burrito. And then I'm actually gonna go back into the air fryer with these because this is a great way to just sort of, you know, toast them, seal them up. So I think that tip came from one of you guys actually, and if you've never tried it, like, definitely makes them nice and crispy. So good, and it's really easy, obviously. So while those were cooking, I just put together a quick salad to have with it. Just some mixed greens, some tomatoes, some purple cabbage, and some avocado as well. All right, so there we go. That is a meal. So I actually haven't put any dressing on the salad yet. I figure I'm probably just gonna have some salsa on there. It's gonna go with everything, and I have a feeling like the burritos are kind of gonna like spill out onto the salad anyways. That's kind of my idea. So I did go and add a little bit of hot sauce to these as well, because I figured, you know, might as well. Can't go wrong there. See how they taste. So they are obviously really good, about as amazing as you can imagine them to be. But if I could make one complaint, it would be that they're a tiny bit dry. So I might add a little bit more salsa next time, or maybe like some cashew sour cream or something like that. Maybe you guys have an idea what would, you know, be good to add in here. I feel like some avocado probably would have done the trick. Let's see how this is. So good. That was definitely what it was missing. So I probably should have put that in beforehand rather than like in the salad, but you know, it's all going in the same place. It's kind of gross. All right, so I'm gonna go sit down. I've got some work to do, and I'm gonna eat this, and then I don't know. It's a pretty nice day outside. Crystal and I might go do something outside because it is so beautiful and snowy and everything. I'm not too sure, but we'll bring you guys along if we do, and if not, you know, I'll see you back here in the kitchen anyways, and we'll make an awesome dinner. All right, so Crystal and I just came out for a pretty chilly hike slash walk. It's pretty icy here.
I think Derek made us a snack, and I'm really excited to get into it.
Nice. Yeah,
hopefully it's warm.
Well, it's not that warm. No. But we're gonna find a nice spot to have it, and I'll show you guys what we made, how to make it.
So a lot of people think because we live in Canada, it snows here all the time, but this is actually really unusual. So we got a little bit of snow a little bit earlier in the season than we were expecting, and that's why we wanted to come out here and show you guys, because like this is like really fun for us.
So in some parts of Canada, they definitely have snow, all year round. But yeah, we live in like the warmest part of Canada, so we're pretty lucky. And even being on Vancouver Island, which is like the farthest west you can get, it's, yeah, the most mild, but you can see even for, you know, this is not mild, it's definitely still snowy. Careful, it's so slippery.
You can probably tell by our gear, we're not always prepared for this kind of weather.
Yeah, definitely not a winter jacket, but whatever, it's like, it's not that cold.
It's kind of cold. Oh my god.
Okay, we're going, we're going.
Babe, why do we have to go down the most steepest part?
Because there's a spot I want to go to. I love it down here.
Oh my god, these boots have no grip on them.
Well, you're right on the ice.
Okay.
Look what she's on. Look what she's on.
Where am I supposed to?
On either side.
Okay. I gotta get down low, because if you get down low, then you're not gonna fall. Center of gravity. Look at that. That was actually really fun.
Yeah, like I want to go. You go down here, Crystal. Go down this way, and then like kind of come around, and then we can come back in towards like the caves.
Caves? I don't want to go in a cave right now. What?
Yeah, we're gonna go in there.
No.
All right, so apparently we're not gonna go into the cave today, but I'll show you guys. It's right here. So check it out. It's got these long icicles there, and then yeah, and you can go like right up in there. All right, we're gonna have to find another spot to enjoy the snack. Keep going. Let's go back up.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a little sketch. Like I'm like right on the side of this cliff in the snow, but man, I just want to be as close to this view as I can be. It's so cool. All right, so we found a little spot to put everything. So in the next few clips, you might notice that I had to put a song over top of another song to avoid a copyright strike. So when we were on the top of the mountain, it was totally silent. We didn't have our phones playing any music. Nobody was up there playing a radio or anything. But when I got home to edit the footage, I could hear some music playing faintly in the background. So what must have happened is the microphone from the camera picked up some radio signals going to the radio towers up there and recorded them directly to the memory card. It's super creepy. If you guys know anything about it, let me know.
Ooh, yummy.
I know. So, what did I make?
It's like a date caramel, kinda?
Yeah, exactly. So, apple slices. So these are Honeycrisp apples, and I've got some date caramel. This stuff's so good.
It's so good.
How good is that? Tastes like caramel. Yeah, not the most warming ever, but it's nice, right? And like apples are in season right now and everything. And I did put some cinnamon in here, so there's like a little bit of warming spices.
How'd you make it?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So this stuff is actually so easy to make. In a blender, and I think probably a Vitamix is the best, but use whatever you got. I added a big spoonful of almond butter, a couple of medjool dates, a splash of soy milk, a pinch of salt, cinnamon, and then I decided to add a splash of vanilla extract as well. And then just blend it up, and I actually found I made it a little too thin, so I added some more almond butter, and then blended that up again. Taste this stuff, and you are gonna be in heaven. I'm not even kidding you.
It's so creamy. You know?
So creamy.
So creamy and good.
What do you say we go home and get warm? It's so cold out here.
It's definitely trying to snow a little bit, like just sprinkling a little bit.
It is. That's Crystal's classic line in the winter. It's trying to snow. It's really trying.
I love the snow, so it's like so exciting.
All right, so I think we're gonna start heading back to the car, and we'll see you guys at home, and then we'll make some dinner. So back in the kitchen making some dinner, and how cool are those purple potatoes? So they're supposed to have more antioxidants than regular potatoes, slightly more earthy and nutty flavor, and they're supposed to be less starchy, so a little less dry. And I'll let you guys know once I cook them up. I'm also gonna have a stir fry and some grilled tofu with it. So for the grilled tofu, this is like a really simple sauce that I'm putting on here, but you guys need to know about this because it's so good. Some barbecue sauce and some tamari. And this is obviously so good as is, but if you want to make it a bit spicy, add a little hot sauce. So ideally you would marinate the tofu in this for, you know, a couple hours probably, or overnight, but I don't have that kind of time, so I'm just gonna do it quickly. And I know I've showed you guys this technique before, but if you want the flavor to actually like get inside the tofu and not just on the outside, you gotta squish it in there. And so I like to push down just until the tofu starts to kind of like break apart, and then that's kind of the sweet spot. The cracks help the flavor to get in there too. And then I'm just gonna save the rest of this sauce so that I can pour it on top after. All right, so next is the stir fry. So I'm gonna start with some mushrooms. So I'm just gonna slice these and cook them first, because if you do them with too many other vegetables in the pot or in the pan, they kind of can steam, and then you get kind of like slimy mushrooms. And I'm just gonna add a little black pepper to them while they cook, because I don't know, sauteed mushrooms and black pepper to me is like such a good combo. So this has been my new thing lately, to incorporate more ginger into my diet, and especially in stir fries. It's so good like this. So I just chop it up and throw it in there. It's so nice when you get a couple little chunks of that in your bite. It's just a little spicy and warm and so good. So those mushrooms are all done. They only took about like 5-7 minutes or something like that. So I'm gonna take them off the heat. So I feel like this needs a bit of color as well. So I'm gonna add some red bell pepper into it. And then I'm gonna cook the rest of the stir fry. So if you want to help the veggies saute and you don't want to use oil and you feel like water is a little bit plain, you can always use a little veggie broth. You guys got to see this story I just made.
Guys, you already know what time it is. Tofu King here, making some tofu. We got Tofu Queen right here too. Say hi to everyone. How primal are you feeling today, Tofu Queen?
I'm feeling super primal.
So primal. Get that tofu in you guys. Make sure you eat lots of protein today.
I figured this bowl needed a bit of fat, so I'm gonna add some avocado. Beautiful. All right, so it's all plated up, and I added some sauce, actually, some store-bought sauce. I know, but we saw this at Costco a couple weeks ago. Figured I'd try it out. It's actually pretty good. Got that, and then I also added some avocado to it as well. So I better first try the potatoes and let you know how they are. They did lose a little bit of color when they were cooked. Yo, they're good, hey? More waxy, like not as dry. So these potatoes are incredible. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. So they're definitely like, yeah, more moist than a regular potato, and definitely more flavor as well. I don't know if I'd call them earthy, but there's definitely like more sweetness to them. All right, next is the mushrooms and the stir fry. So good. That ginger, very nice touch. Oh man, this meal's so good. I gotta take my sweatshirt off. And then the sweet and spicy tofu. I'm pretty excited about this. Look pretty primal here, just a big slab of it. You know how we do around here, Tofu King. Nice. Alright, so this probably brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with us all day. Hopefully I gave you some ideas on different things that you can cook. At the very least, a little bit of entertainment. So if I did any of those things, please hit the like button. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more. Leave some comments down below and let me know what you thought of the day. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has already purchased my ebook, whether it was through the plant-based bundle or purchased it on its own when it became available. Thank you so much. And if you want to check it out and support the channel, there's a link in the description box down below and as a pinned comment as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Feeling so much love from everybody. I will see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.